Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with a growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcastic, the home for indie podcast and content creators.
Oh yeah, into the world of Mocha Aesthetics. Located at 19376 James Cousin, Detroit, Michigan. It's a sanctuary where self-care meets luxury. We provide a safe, comfortable, and relaxing environment where you can unwind while receiving top-quality service. From expert Brazilian waxes to meticulous Russian manicures. Call and make your appointment now, 248-910-3537.
I pray that my love for you is bigger than what my parents have.
So you must be my daughter's new friend?
Candy, let me ask you a question.
Oh, so this him? This the man that comforts you more than me?
Mama, all men ain't like daddy.
That's not fair!
Man, I really hate that happen, man. It's always some messed up bullshit that gotta always come into play. Oh, I hate that happen. Have anybody heard from Ralph?
Ralph?
Yeah.
Bitch, fuck Ralph. How you gonna bring that nigga up after I just put two in this nigga? You know what?
What? What's the problem? It's the reason why I call my ass.
Why?
I mean, I used to date his brother.
Damn, I ain't know that. For real?
Yeah.
You used to date his brother.
Yeah, I know I'm always roll with my girl Tiffany or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? I already went to go see about her. She good.
So let me ask you something.
All right.
You know Tiffany and I day one, ride or die, no matter what. But you have the nerve to come here and ask me about fucking Ralph. Do you think I give a fuck that you fucked his nigga and he was in there beating on her?
Okay.
You know what? Let me tell you something.
What?
If I ever see that nigga, it's the same shit, and I'm not playing.
Okay, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you don't care.
Man, fuck what you talking about. What the fuck is this boat moving?
Crazy, yeah.
Rise and grind. Wanna show at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday. Great conversation, guest appearances. Cause you experience us on the cusp of blowing up. Boom. Wake up, wake up.
Oh yeah, it's Monday morning. Shout out to everyone who celebrated Mother's Day yesterday. Happy Mother's Day for those that I missed, but I don't think I missed nan person.
2 miles.
You deserve a smack for that. Anyway,
sometimes you have your feminine ways.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm probably the most manliest man. Ladies and gentlemen, the laughing hyenas is with us.
That shit was so hilarious to me, baby. It's so on point.
It's the
Ooh,
truth.
I needed that laugh, baby. Brittany, thank you.
Take your 20 pills. Listen, everyone.
Hey, Boss, you don't know how to put her business out there like that.
Make sure she's taking 20, I'm taking 15. Easy. For real. That's how it is. So listen, I had to adjust my mic. My mic sounds nice. What's up?
I was gonna say that too.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Miles Dixon and the Ballantines.
No. Don't hand clap for that. Take me off so he can introduce me correctly, please. It ain't me. Take me off so I can get my proper introduction.
She reigns from a host of a family that's great. She comes from a line of kings and queens. She is luxurious. She's beautiful. She's an actress. She ain't here. Brittany came in here.
Don't you do it till you get correct.
Brittany Chanel is in the building. We don't know Britt.
Hey, yo, what's going on? Good morning. The sun is shining.
Yeah, the sun.
Did you just eat Fritos or some shit?
Yeah, some Funyuns.
I knew I smelled. Yeah,
I'm like something ain't right.
Smelled a little funky.
All of a sudden, something just ain't right.
Don't tell me you airborne.
To stank. Yeah, everybody should be airborne to stank.
Okay, the annoying voice you hearing right now is none other than Miss J. Sharissee. She's with us.
Did you say annoying?
No, I said anointing.
Okay.
It worked. Anyway, so she over here rattling these things like they sunflower seeds.
Jang lang.
Hey, y'all, we're about to get down tonight. Today is a good day.
It's always a good day when I'm in the building.
Cut that.
Miles, let me get my hand clap, please.
You deserve all the claps you can get.
Just let her live.
My hand clap.
Oh, your hand claps.
Keep it PG.
Okay. Sponsorship.
Now, how you take that way?
Well, because it's Miles.
Good morning,
That's crazy.
Look, everything on McDonald's is deadly, right?
Yeah.
This orange juice, though, is so satisfying. They got the best orange juice in the world.
I think so, too.
I don't know how you're enjoying it when it's not cold.
It is cold. It's cold as hell, actually. So, hey, y'all. Happy Mama's Day. Brittany, how did you celebrate your mother? What did you do?
Who, me and my mama?
Yeah.
No, we hung out. Got something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Me and my mom. It's Mother's Day every day with me and my mom.
That's what's
I'll tell you this one thing I did, though.
What?
I had her pick out her gift. And then I bought it, and then I took it to her and told her to act like she was surprised, and she did just that.
You must be having fun, don't you?
Yes.
That's
I said, no, pick out what you want, and she got it.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it for her, and I said, no, when I bring it over, just act surprised. And that's exactly what I did. I put it in the bag. What she wanted, none of your business. And I put it in a bag, I took it over there, and I said, now remember, you're supposed to act surprised, and she acted it out, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious.
At the store?
I'm sure at the house.
At the store?
No.
At that point, at the house. She brought it over.
She did it in a damn airplane.
I ordered it online, and then it came, and then, like I said, I have put it in the bag, and I took it to her. I said, now remember, she
said, remember the plan.
She get act surprised, and she was, oh my, like she did this whole acting thing. It was funny.
Well, you had to get your acting skills from somewhere.
My mom
from somewhere,
is quite a character.
Had to get it from somewhere.
Chaney, what about you?
I took my mom and my grandma out for breakfast yesterday. We went to a good, nice, chill restaurant.
Hold on, where at?
It was in Warren. It was on the east. It was in Warren.
What's the name of the damn restaurant?
It's called Red Olive.
Okay, that's what's up. Red Olive got some good food.
I don't know what people be.
Yeah, no, but it's okay though. I'm at the stage now where we're trying to get my grandma used to getting back out the house again. So we're trying to start close in smaller places before we go big in larger places. So it was fun. I enjoyed it. And then I came here to do my show. And and then I chilled. I went to sleep early, so I had a good Mother's Day. We ended up getting dinner, me, my mom, and my grandma, and it was good.
What did you order, Chaney?
From where? Red Olive.
Yes.
I had the breakfast. I had the breakfast, the Red Olive special to be exact.
Okay, that's what's up. Jay Sharissee, how did you celebrate your Mother's Day?
He is.
I celebrated Mother's Day in the beginning doing exactly what I wanted to do.
Nothing.
And being alone and not having to be a mother for a couple of hours. And I wanted the whole day. I think it's disrespectful for kids to think that we should be with y'all on Mother's Day.
I hear a lot of mothers say
because
that.
I'm a mother every day.
Yeah, I think it should be
Mother's
split.
Day is why. It's Mother's Day.
Right.
Right. So
But they're the
I
reason
shouldn't
why
have to
you're
be
a
a mother.
mother.
I shouldn't have to be a mother on Mother's Day. Damn it, I'm a mother all the other days.
I feel like
Mother's Day is for me to go, listen.
Yeah. Well, you're not supposed to
Sit
mother
over
on
there
Mother's Day, but like
and
you
leave me alone.
can spend time with your kids half the day and then do the mama things or
Nope.
whatever you want to do
Hated
the
it.
second half.
I personally feel like
Hated
people
it.
that go over the top and do all this stuff for Mother's Day are
Yeah.
mothers who really aren't that active or present and don't be doing nothing anyway.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Because most mothers that I know and I've came across that like are mothers,
Yeah.
they like, I don't really care about it. I'm with my kids all the time. I'm always like,
Yes, I just want y'all to leave me the hell alone on that day.
So that's
They
it.
Just leave me alone.
They personally don't want to be bothered. They're really not looking for acknowledgement. It's like,
Right.
you know what I mean? But I feel like the mothers that go over top and do all of that, y'all really don't be mothering.
I know,
Yeah,
Because it's just
it
like,
could be
thank
that
you for being your mom.
overcompensation.
I love it.
That's
but
true.
It's like,
That's
I'm
true.
good. I just kind of don't want to be bothered today.
So I did that in the beginning. I went and had breakfast by
That's
myself.
my opinion. See? Because she mothers all day.
Yeah. And then everybody inside the restaurant that was saying, Happy Mother's Day to you. I don't know if that's appropriate. I said, it's appropriate. And they were like, I said, y'all crazy. Y'all got them kids. On your day, you still got to do the same thing you do every other day.
Well, what if the kids are older?
Let me
Because
tell you
at that
something.
point, you don't have
Y'all
to
still-
watch them.
y'all
You're
still want
just,
something.
You're just eating.
Y'all still want something.
But is that appropriate though to say Happy Mother's Day to people when you don't know if they have kids or not?
No, that's what you say. If you Happy Mother's Day if you're a mother.
Yeah.
I think that I can
I
answer
got Happy
that.
Mother's Day
Because I got that a few times this weekend. Yeah.
Thank you.
They didn't say if
I don't
your
know.
mother
No,
afterwards.
they just like this one girl came up to me because I went and got my car washed. She's like, Happy Mother's Day, girl. I was
Yeah.
like, thank you.
Yeah.
I received. Like,
So
and
and
just assume I'm like,
yeah, and that's true. So
Oh, when she said you received it, but when I said it,
because I don't like how you say, because when Brittany get pregnant, she gonna have this big old butt and a big old nose. Like, no, I don't receive
yeah,
that.
it's different.
Yeah, you definitely gonna have a big old ass.
But I was gonna say, but I got
would
that
not
too.
be around you when I do get pregnant.
I just
In
know
fact,
that.
I'm gonna be like, I'm taking a hiatus from the Rise and Grind morning show, and you guys will just figure it out later.
Y'all are crazy as hell.
So you just
Listen.
gonna put
Because
two
I don't
together.
want to talk tomorrow.
Say that's it.
At all.
And I want to be careful.
She'll be crying in front of the mirror. He said I was gonna have a big nose.
Not only that, I don't want our baby to
Good
hear
morning, Omar.
foolishness.
Yeah, but I feel like the best way to kind of go about that
Good
is
morning,
if you
Yusuf.
don't have any kids, what I said was, thank you, I'll take that for the future, or I'll receive it for the future.
I just said thank you, I receive.
So yeah, I was like, I'll take that for the future.
I got a bunch of those in the restaurant, and when I told them, it's 365 days of the year. You're a mother.
364.
I'm like, so you can't get you. I mean, it doesn't stop you from being a mom, but you can't get one day to just one day.
You know what's
Yeah,
crazy?
it's called Sunday when you put the kids to sleep.
You know what's crazy? A comedian said something about Mother's Day. He said Mother's Day is the second most important celebrated holiday of the year.
So what's the first one? Resurrection Sunday?
Jesus.
Resurrection Sunday?
Christmas. It's Christmas, then it's Mother's.
And Father's Day is way down below.
It's Father. He said Father is 20.
Joseph didn't have a lot to do with the.
I was gonna say Father's Day, yeah.
Father's Day is way
feel
down
bad
there,
for y'all.
but I don't think it should be. I think it should be right there with Mother's
To
Day.
be honest, it really should, because the fathers make more of a difference than the mothers, believe it or not. And that is the honest to God truth. And statistics has proven that.
Yeah, over
Life
and over
has
and
proven
over
that.
and over and
Children
over again.
has proven that,
Over
that the
and
fathers
over.
are actually more important than the mothers. And I'm not saying it to take anything from mothers, but I'm saying fathers.
Jay's like, I don't know. I got
No,
something.
and
I ain't gonna lie. I got a
don't
little
want
tickle in my
nobody-
throat when she first said it.
I don't want anyone to take it as like the mothers aren't important, but the fathers are more.
Important.
I think they're just as important.
The
I don't.
mother technically is where the baby come through.
Right.
But,
But without the father, it wouldn't be created.
Is who has the identity of the child,
Yes.
the self-esteem with the child. I need not go on. I don't need. Where is Dr. Calvin Man?
I think it's both. I think that I don't think no role is over another.
It's not a matter of it being
Hold on, let me finish. finish. I've seen a household with both parents, and I've seen how that child has turned out, and the character, the morality that child has. And I see one from a single family, from it being a mom just raising a kid, and I can see the difference in between the two households. But then there are fathers out here that are also single fathers, and it's a shame that they don't get the plight that the single mothers get. However, I see y'all and salute, but I can also still see the big difference between
both parents.
The other two households. So I think that there's not one person that's over the other.
The single father has the same success rate as both parents.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
it's statistically
proven.
Right.
She about to really be funny.
Now you're about to be jacked up. Go ahead. It's
ahead.
statistically proven that a single father has the same success rate with the children than a single mother.
Yeah.
Come on, AI, come through. Anyways, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
We're not going to this debate. I'm about to go
Happy Mother's Day.
Dr. Calvin Man says this all the time, how important the fathers are.
Important fathers are definitely. That's exactly it.
Were you ready, Chaney? With the boy.
It's definitely the hand and everything.
In the mother's womb. The seed. I'm sorry, that's shout out to Dr. Calvin Man.
That is exactly how he be.
And then he got to do it like this with his hand.
That he talks with his hands so much.
He slows it down for y'all.
Right.
The boy.
The boy.
How important the boy.
Yeah.
Okay, Dorian. Well, I think that
so
should
I
be
have an answer.
Going into the fathers.
Ain't gonna answer.
That should go into
Research indicates that child outcomes depends more on household stability and resources than the gender of the parents. Though two parents married generally provide better outcomes than single parents, while some studies suggest children in single father households may fare as well as or better than those in a single mother household due to the higher average incomes and involvement. Both mothers and fathers are equally capable of successfully parenting.
Literally just proved my point.
Yeah. So I was supposed to stop because your point was proven. I'm giving you the kudos, and for anybody else out there who thought you were on bullshit,
but
they can say, she's no longer on bullshit. You don't know. You don't know. I don't know. Again, I don't know. You don't actually know. Again, you don't actually know if there was anybody else out there doubting that.
Nobody's doubting it.
You don't know.
I know.
You don't know. You don't know because you're not God, so you don't know.
Oh my God! Did you do that?
I don't understand. Words have meaning. You don't know because you're not God. You don't know.
But
you just don't know.
But guess who's
so if anybody had a doubt, she's correct.
Who are you?
God is
who are you?
And he's in me too, and that does not mean that you're right.
Okay. But you just
it's okay.
And you just proved our point.
Hold on, you still got more pills?
I know. I didn't take it.
Wow.
I am giving you the kudos that you were right. I didn't think so. You were right. And for anybody else who didn't think so, it was right.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
Love you sound like a Virgo right now more than a Leo, and that's crazy. That's crazy.
I wasn't trying to win the argument, Dorian. I was just stating a fact.
Ooh.
Hey, yo, give us a call.
Your Leo is in August, ain't it?
No.
Your Leo's in July?
Absolutely. I started off, baby.
Oh, my God. Is this how I used to sound, Yusuf? Ooh. I bet you're going to say yeah.
I wasn't trying to win an argument.
Let me make sure these lines clear. He gonna call in like yes.
I think that's the shit
that
I used to say.
Give us a call 810-560.
He gonna call in like yes.
0658. It was literally stating a fact.
Yes, it was. Stating a fact. Hey, y'all, it's
I think.
And then the mere fact she said it again, y'all, I swear to God, I feel like that's me.
Because Dorian goes, it's not about winning the argument.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is that kind of going back to what Miss J. Sharissee said, when she first initially heard it, she's like, I got a little tickle in my throat. I think it's just her hearing what she heard, because when she heard it first, she heard it like men do everything, or men has
that's a
upper
delusion
advantage.
for women.
No, it can be looked at as an attack only because of the way that it came about, though.
You know what's crazy? And this is what I've been learning about life.
That ain't what I thought.
Go ahead. Is it not? No,
she said she didn't think that.
No.
Okay.
That's what you thought.
No.
So you're projecting.
Yes.
I'm not projecting.
You are, because she said she didn't think that. So you're projecting.
I didn't say anything.
So here's the thing. And
you ain't say nothing.
Now she didn't say nothing.
Did I not?
So let me
While
say
y'all was going through that whole situation,
say nothing.
I laughed.
You know what I'm learning about life?
Yeah.
And this is why Dorian is the way that he is. Dorian, be quiet. I'm about to give you your kudos for this. Because everybody takes things personal and think everything is about them. I agree. And that's why people can't. This is why arguments happen and things happen. I agree. Because all I did was state a fact.
Yeah.
It wasn't a personal attack.
I agree. And that's why I was saying I think that's what people hear when they hear.
That's what women hear. Because women think that it's personal and it's a mere fact. So this is why women always want to argue with their men when the men states facts. Women take it personal.
I would like to speak for some of these women because that is who I am.
Are you?
Yes. I'm gonna say that there are some women out there like that, but I'm also gonna call some bullshit, because at the end of the day, whatever I hear, I'm gonna see if it's correct. It doesn't matter if it's coming from a woman or if it's coming from a man. I look up stuff all the time that men and women say to me. So for me, it has nothing to do with it coming from a woman or it coming from a man. The mere fact I heard something that I have never heard before, absolutely I'm going to look that up.
Okay.
Absolutely I'm going to look that up.
You saw that it was a fact.
Them fingers be moving quick too when she be looking stuff up.
When I looked it up, I saw that it says that some studies suggest, not all. That's what I heard. Some studies suggest, because if it was not just, if it was all studies, it would say all. It would say studies. It would say some.
Okay.
So it's not all studies. So there are some people who believe that per research, and some the fuck don't.
She got to prove her point.
That sounds like a Leo moment.
It's a Leo moment.
You didn't have plenty so far, Miss Leo.
But I never deny mine.
Well, I would just say this. Good morning, you guys. Good morning.
Good morning, Dorian.
I'll give Brittany the benefit of the doubt. She did preface it as she knew it was going to be enlightened statement, that it was going to ruffle some feathers. Although, and Jay is right, there's a lot of people that actually agree with you. You know, you thinking that it's going to be controversial, but in reality, fathers really do make a difference. But Brittany, I have to say this: we're not parents.
No, we're not. But I'm watching the statistics.
So listen. It's sensitive to them.
Yeah.
It's sensitive to all people that has had children. I can give them that.
Yeah, they take it to heart.
You know, they're gonna take it to heart. And for me, I feel like fathers do make a difference. But the problem with fatherhood is the fact that most men don't really want to do it, for the fact that we automatically we're going to be the fifth in the house. We're going to get the small piece of chicken. We're going to die first. We expected to give everything to ourselves. Now, mom, she gets a great holiday because, you birthed a child. You was the incubator. But who dropped the nut?
See, now he said it a little rough. I ain't saying it like that.
Who laid the foundation? You may have more of your mother's genes, but you got my soul.
I just said
you don't get.
Did I not say that?
No, I'm not. No. Brittany, we on the same team with you.
Okay.
I'm talking to the parents. This is to the parents.
Oh, you just come a little more brutal.
Well, I'm basically co-signing everything you said because dad just don't get the love that mom get.
Absolutely.
They don't.
And the importance of that contrast in our house, that different paint, other than, because I know a ton of single mothers who will tell you up and down, Father's Day is for me. I'm doing, and I'm like, well, how did you force this child's father out of his life? Let's start
That's
there.
a hard question there. Let's
start
that's
there
one
because
right there.
I know because listen, I see more men with their kids in the city of Detroit, in the city where black men, we don't raise our kids. I see more fathers dropping kids off at school, out with their children, feeding them, doing everything with them. Hell, you can probably smoke a weed with them, who knows? But they're spending time with the kid, and a lot of times they need that presence from dad. Dad presence means way more than mom's nurturing. Way more.
And a lot of degrees.
See, I don't think it's I don't think it's way more. I think it is a balance.
It's not.
It's not.
Listen, have you not seen? Do you know anybody? You personally, Dorian, do you know anybody that was raised by a single father?
I know quite a few.
Yeah. Actually, I do. I do. I have a friend of mine. He was raised by a single dad.
Okay.
He's raising his son, who's happened to be autistic.
Okay.
I know other fathers who the mother was doing financially well, but the father was basically momming and dadding with the kid, making sure he do everything, educating them. He's staying with them the whole nine. And mama was the one kicking out child support while dad was taking care of.
Give him a round of applause for that, please.
Okay.
I tell people this one thing. I love my mother's side of the family. I love my mom.
Lord
right?
Jesus.
She's no longer here, so I don't celebrate no Mother's Day. But I will say this much.
Y'all have a way of rambling with I didn't need the explanation to the answer, baby. I just needed the answer so we can continue to go so more people could call in. that too. So you do know that person. Now, has that person specifically told you that when they grew up they felt like nothing was missing? Like they did not feel like their mothers.
This is one of the most roughest people I know. Like you need several hugs from mama. Several hugs from mama. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so that's what I mean. That's the part that I'm talking about. It is a balance with just a dad. Some of the people that I know who had just a dad, that person personally said, nah. I knew something was missing. I knew the presence.
That's
of course it's missing.
What I said, listen to what I said.
Mom teaches,
I said one is not more important. My thing is one is not more important than the other.
I ain't say that.
And I agree with you with that. I will agree with that.
Right.
No, that's what you said. You said it's
my
a balance.
God played this. It's a balance.
It's not.
If one is not more important than the other, how is it not a balance?
Listen, a father, I guarantee you
Is this about to answer my question?
Yes,
okay.
A father presence will outbalance the mother presence.
So you don't believe that there's a balance?
No, listen, a father presence will outbalance the mother's presence.
Okay.
Bottom line, that's true. I'm just telling you.
Jay, can I say this one thing too?
Go ahead.
I'll leave it like this.
Okay.
I know more men who are raised by single moms that are emotional, right? Where they react to certain things in their lives and a way more emotional way of dealing with it. By me having that presence growing up, my mother taught me empathy. She taught me to be kind. But my father taught me to be strong and to be stoic. You cannot let every situation get you upset. And the ones that when we hear about these shootings, the police shot the dudes or whatever, they get shot. It's because you run to talk to look, my dog is handling his business. But the whole point of it is the guys that tended to get shot by the police, something that my father taught me when I was 13 years old. Do not argue with the police. You talk to the judge. That's the only person you need to appeal to.
There you go.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. I'll leave it at that.
And you sounded like a person who had the balance.
Oh, yeah. I have
Point proven. Go ahead. Have a great morning, Dorian.
Technically.
Point proven.
Google
You said my mama taught me this, my daddy taught me this. You had a delicate balance.
Yeah, but those two things don't equal up to a person. What I'm trying to explain to you, you're not trying to explain it because it's unexplainable to me. So we can continue. No, we will.
We're going to agree to disagree.
No, we're not going to agree.
And that's okay.
We're going to agree to disagree.
I'm not going to agree.
To disagree with me?
I'm not going to agree.
You already done it. Let's go.
But for the record,
right.
that I did try to move on from this because I knew it was going to turn into this. And that's
you knew it when you said it.
Well,
I knew it when you said it. I'm going to just sprinkle a little razzle
I did put out a disclaimer because I said that's not to negate the mother, but women are emotional and they hear what they want to hear.
And just like she just did. So
I can agree.
She agrees.
How did I become emotional? Disagreeing is see that's the problem. Hold on, ladies, and I apologize. That's one communication issue we have with men. Because I'm disagreeing does not mean that I'm emotional.
No, but you
I'm gonna talk to her as a woman, but I'm talking to you right now. Because I disagree does not mean that I am emotional.
I can agree with that too.
I disagree with it
because that's what I said. I'm like, it's okay to agree to disagree.
Thank you, but that does not mean that I became emotional. I believe it's a delicate balance.
9 times out of 10, we're gonna have an emotional response before we have a logical response.
I agree with that.
And all I said was a man's presence without balance, a mother's presence.
And what did you hear him say?
That exactly.
That's what we need.
That a man's presence will outbalance a woman's presence.
So what do you think that means to you? This is communicating right here.
That's what I said. This is good.
This is communicating.
What he is saying to me is, yes, a mother is important. However, a father is a smidget more important than a mother.
See what I'm saying? That's not what he said. That is what I said from the beginning. That's not what he said. No. And that's what I said, Miss J. Sharissee probably heard.
If it listen, words have meanings. If something
that's what I said. Yeah, that's why it was
if something outweighs something else, does the thing that outweighs it not have more weight than the other? Because that's the only way to outweigh something. So stop playing.
And that's why she sees the balance. And that's why
Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, caller,
you're on the air.
Hello.
This is Yusuf.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Here we go.
He gonna join the show.
Dorian number 2. Go on.
Hey, you know what? You know why the thing with the emotional thing is when it's not that you disagree, it's because you lead off with when I give a fact, then you come back with I feel. I could say
emotional.
I could say the damn sky is blue, and you be like, well, I feel like it's red today.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, no, how the fuck can you just gave me a feeling over a fact, and that is emotions.
Yeah.
You may not be in the emotionally driven state, but you are dealing with your emotions when you can tell me, I give you a fact, and you can tell me where I feel.
Take your pill.
I'm reading your comments.
Thank you, G. Because I literally just said that women are responding emotionally and not listening logically.
I get it. I understand it now.
Just responding off of your emotions. If you telling me something you feel, that's emotions.
Yes.
That's what emotions and feelings are, right?
Yes.
But I also agree with Jay Sharissee that both are as important.
Yes.
Because
definitely
of the example Calvin gave. And I remember as a kid, my dad telling me that you needed that balance because, you know, a man can provide discipline and teach you how to be a man and everything. But a man is not here to provide his son with compassion and all. No, you're here to make him tough enough for this world, right?
Right.
You can be compassionate within that. But it brings me to the movie Michael, right? Catherine, Miss Jackson never stepped in and stopped Joe.
Talk about it.
Until they got older, right?
Yeah.
She let him do what he did. She talked to him in private about it, and then she went to console Michael. So without Catherine being the mother she was, either two things would have happened. Michael would have been a maniac without Catherine, right? Or if Catherine wasn't the type of mother she was, Michael would have never been as great as he was, because some of what Joe did, no matter whether we like it or not, that drove him.
Yes.
That pushed him to that
I agree
greatness.
with you. Yeah.
Definitely.
You know, so yeah, you know, you definitely need the mom for that compassion, you know, for that compassionate part of a person, you know.
Yeah. So it's a delicate balance.
Yes, especially in the older school.
It's a delicate balance. It ain't no goddamn.
It's a delicate balance.
Especially in the older school where men were a lot more out of touch with their emotions.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely you could, because that's how you had smart killers. Like niggas go into college and then just was a gangster still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they didn't have the compassion from mom. All they had was that hard shit from their gangster daddy.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I agree too. I think you have to have both. That's the problem.
But that's what I think when she asked him, when Brittany asked Jay, what did you hear?
Yeah, she heard her feelings.
She heard her feelings all day.
All right.
Swallow your
Fuck
pill.
the both of y'all. I'm tell you feel that. I am
All right, y'all, I'm out.
Thank you, G.
This is a hard
Yep,
pill.
yep.
And back to Dorian and Miss Rhea in the comments. We at Podcastic collectively said that it was 2 minutes, so that's who it's according to. I just wanted to address that. Now let's move on to the topic before it gets real messy in here.
Let's go on.
Can we go to the topic? Oh no, let's do the news first. Okay, I'm sorry.
The news.
Okay,
that's why I was like, I was reading these.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. We are going to the segment of the news with Jay.
Thank you so very much, Brittany. I just love the way you bring it in.
Can I do mine?
No, I like just the way she brings it in.
I
It's
would
so
like
amazing.
for you to not say the F word to me. You can say it to Miles, but not to me.
Screw you, Brittany.
That's better.
He's like, it's a medium. It's a nice medium.
Here's Jay with the news.
She ain't say the P word.
So there was 2 shot at a Romulus apartment complex. A 51-year-old man was fatally shot and a woman was seriously injured during a late night shooting at a home in Romulus, police said. The shooting happened around 11:05 p.m. Saturday in the 1500 block of Mesa Way. When officers arrived, they found the man and a 47-year-old Romulus woman with gunshot wounds inside the home. Police said the man had been shot multiple times and was not breathing when first responders arrived. This is so sad. According to investigators, the man had been visiting his sister and her brother when an argument turned violent. Police say weapons were pulled during the dispute and shots were fired.
So they did that.
So no one has yet died. They're both at the hospital and they are both recovering, but the man is in critical.
Okay, critical.
The article, it doesn't say other than the man being in critical. Unfortunately, again, a man fatally shoots himself while running from Detroit police on a foot. What? That makes no sense. He was running on foot from the police and fatally shot himself. You're running. Okay, so Detroit police are investigating after a man died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound following a crash and then a foot chase Saturday evening on the city's west side. According to the police, the incident began at 8 p.m. near Finkel and Livernois. When a crash occurred and an adult male suspect fled the scene on foot. Officers later spotted the suspect near Finkel and Homer and attempted to chase him. During the pursuit, police said the suspect put a gun out and shot himself in the alley.
Damn.
Wow, it was.
He didn't want to go to jail that bad, huh?
Yeah, it seems like we are out here doing some more foolish stuff out here in the city. But how about this, everybody? Raising Cane's looking to open near Taylor. In a new Taylor location.
They need to come on out where I'm at.
Raising Cane's is looking to open a new Taylor location. Documents from the Taylor Planning Commission show plans for a new 3,301 foot 1 square foot Raising Cane's restaurant with a drive-through at 15009 Telegraph Road near Eureka.
All right.
I love Raising Cane's.
Okay.
I don't even know what the hell Raising Cane's is.
It's a place in
They got a lot in Houston.
Yeah, they're
the one with the red and white sign.
The first time I had it was in Ohio.
Take that down.
The first time I had it was in
Dorian,
Texas.
take that down. We don't hear no more about this damn milestone thing.
It was in Texas.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Yes.
Because honestly, like, Chick-fil-A, that was down south, and Raising Cane's was down south, and then like they started bringing it up here now. I figured it was gonna come.
Have you ever had the cookout?
The cookout?
Yes.
No, but I heard about it.
Oh my God, it's so amazing. And that, I think it's only in Tennessee. I am not. So my exciting news for today is new urban horseback riding center being built for Detroit youth.
Right on
A
Finkel.
Detroit nonprofit is building a new 14-acre, a 14-acre center in the city, which it says will become the largest urban equestrian center in the country. That is amazing. The Detroit Horsepower's new $13 million facility is being built at Finkel and Linwood. Finkel and Linwood.
Exactly, Miss J.
With some horses.
Say it again.
Finkel and Linwood. With some horses.
Yeah, them horses are going to be stole.
I hope for the best.
Can you imagine
Miss J. Sharissee said she wanted to get a horse.
I surely did, and now you can go to Finkel and Linwood and get it. The campus will include stables for up to 17 horses, indoor and outdoor riding arenas, classrooms, community spaces, paddocks, and half a mile of path that you guys will be able to utilize the horses on. That is amazing. The nonprofit says that this will help Detroit youth build confidence, discipline, emotional awareness, and leadership skills through a free after school and summer program.
I'm gonna tell you what this is gonna bring.
You about to say they about to be, if they down there stealing them horses.
No, could you imagine the first crackhead talking about, hey my man, you want to take on Precious with you, my man?
That's crazy.
Well, the construction is already underway, you guys, and the project is supposed to be done
martial arts in school
at the end of this year.
They should bring martial arts in school.
They should.
It teaches you discipline, self-control, anger management, all of that stuff.
It should. It definitely should.
Those are the type of things that we really should be learning in school.
Absolutely.
They don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that.
Well, America doesn't want to do any of that.
What I was about to say though.
Well, just to let everybody know that all this information can be found on the MetroDetroitNews.com. Okay. And tomorrow we'll come with more news. That was Jay with the news.
Thank you, Jay.
Metro Detroit News at any time. At any time, we will take you as a sponsor.
They already smell like. Listen, so if y'all know that the area where the area where they building the horse plot.
Me and Chaney don't know the area.
The horse plot.
We just heard of it.
I don't know.
I know exactly.
It was that of a boys' home called St. Francis.
I do know that area. Okay, yeah.
So
like the movie.
But what I'm saying,
that.
but if people, when you say that, what they did was in that area they start putting the value of housing back up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's in around the Russell Woods area and all that, and the houses over there are beautiful still. But it's going to definitely bring more protection over there for the people.
Absolutely.
Sure.
So that's what's up.
Absolutely.
I never understood how black people could tear brick up.
You say that like you a tear brick.
They tear a brick too.
Like black people really tear brick houses down.
So let's go. And Niecy said when I was little I couldn't leave my bike outside. Yeah. Now you can't leave a horse outside. So like,
Niecy's hilarious.
So you gonna have to be in the barn or something.
So right now let's go to the topic.
You please.
Topic of the day. You can be chosen and still feel unqualified.
Miles, you must really be going through a spiritual cleansing.
Something. I think we need to start discussing the topic.
That is common sense.
Come on.
That's common sense.
No, it's not.
It is. A lot of people feel like that.
No, but let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So when you say that,
talk about it.
Take the plug up.
They was still a brick.
No,
and sell it.
You gotta go back to the topic. But I just think about it, right? Like when you go into these neighborhoods, these were beautiful homes.
Absolutely.
Once upon a time.
And once upon a time.
No, they still are.
No.
They may have potential.
The ones that are there are on their last leg.
No,
and the other ones that are not.
Yeah,
but
they may have potential, but people are not buying homes.
Y'all don't drive down Oakman. Y'all don't drive down Oakman. Oakman has some beautiful homes.
Listen, Miles, what I'm saying is these were beautiful neighborhoods.
She talking about all the way around.
All the way around.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And some of them still are remaining.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is, how do we let this die? Like, how do we destroy brick?
Yeah.
Crack cocaine and casinos.
And squatters.
There we go. She said squatters.
The squatters came because of the crack cocaine in the casino.
Very true. So
and that's it's just really sad. Is what I'm saying. It's just a sad thing.
It is really, really sad. This neighborhood right here that we are across the street from here on the northwest side of Detroit was beautiful, and they were no renters. It was all owners. Mm-hmm. And little by little, we've been over there since I've been 3.5 years old. Mm-hmm. I'll be 51.
Damn.
So my mother has been on this block, and we have seen it all.
Right.
So we've seen the homeowners move out, and we've seen the renters come in, and we've seen how the renters didn't give a damn about the property because it's not theirs.
Yeah.
And we've seen that the property first was owned by people that was still in the area. You know, they could still come by. Then the properties went to investment companies, and they really didn't give a damn. Mm-hmm. People who was overseas, and they really didn't give a damn. And then we seen even those now are abandoned. It is really, really sad to go on my mother's block from Pembroke down to 8 Mile. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
All brick homes, beautiful. And now it's like the grass not even cut. Like it's horrible.
People take pride. They don't take pride in neighborhoods anymore because there used to be little grass wars. It was like, okay, you cut your grass, I cut my grass. You plant your flowers, I plant my flowers. And people took pride in.
They still got that.
Yeah,
they do in certain areas.
Because I gotta go put some flowers out because they didn't put the flowers out.
In certain areas, but when you drive down most places in Detroit or in the inner city, like you don't.
But
they
she
may not even
something.
have grass.
She said renting, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And my great aunt has always said, no matter if you rent, no matter if you own, whatever it is, it is yours.
It is
and
yours.
You take care of it. It's yours respectfully. And that's what happened. They stopped. It ain't mine. And honestly, that's a terrible mentality to have because guess what? It is yours at this time. You're paying for it.
Yeah.
It's yours. Okay, that was my rant. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that.
So
that's my rant. I'm sorry.
Let's go to
Back
the topic.
You could be chosen and still feel unqualified.
Yes. I love.
So let's talk about your perspective on it because you chose this topic.
No,
think about it.
First of all, I didn't show. Anyway,
who chose it? Nate.
Nate did. So
we gonna need Nate to sit down somewhere.
Well,
not
for
really
this,
answer the question. Shit.
So when I look at this,
really
I think
statement.
Maybe a self-sabotage situation where you may actually be called to do a certain thing or chosen to do a certain thing, and others may think that you are in position to do this, and you may be like, no, I'm okay, or shying away from it or rejecting a call even though it's keep at you to do this one particular thing, and you can be chosen to do it but you feel like you're unqualified because you're like, well, I can't do this, I don't got the skill, I didn't go to school. But some things are not meant, to be completed in the worldly. Spiritually, you may be qualified for it. So that's what I think, maybe like a self-sabotage situation where I know some people actually do that.
Yeah, I can agree there. I mean, I feel like you can be chosen and still unqualified. Okay, so I can see it in I can see it in two different ways. I can see it that you went for a job. Mm-hmm. You went for this job because it was paying X amount of money, and you really wanted this job, and you put your best foot forward and lied throughout the
resume.
The recruiting process, and you got through, and they chose you, right? Boom. Okay, and now that you see the work that is required, you now see that I'm not qualified for this. I shouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have did this to myself. But now you didn't took the job. So you do one or two things. You either sit there and try to continue to bullshit them while you learn in the background, or you got to leave. So that's how I see that one way. The second way I see that is, I think God puts people up to task, right? And the task that you may have been called for at that very moment, you may not feel like you have the skill sets yet to even go into the task. Now, at that point, what do? Are you telling him no, that you will not obey? Are you going to say, because I know you by my side, we got this? Right. Well, I can tell you, and a lot of times I said, nah, dog, I ain't doing this. And every time I said, nah, dog, you tripping right now. We ain't ready for this. He let me fall. Yeah. And he took you that longer route. And I fell, and I hurt him. You're right here now because you was unwilling to trust me. So now every task that he calls me for, I don't care if I'm qualified or not. He called me for it, so he knows everything in me more than me. I'm doing it.
Well,
that's that faith.
That's the thing.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
I'm just listening.
You know,
I was about to say, I used the word right.
Like you say, you can be chosen still unqualified. It happened to me in my life when I was chosen to produce an album. Right. Though I was good, I didn't think I was qualified to be on Def Jam. You know what I mean? Shout out to Boss. Boss, when she got her deal, she came to me and said, "Pete, I want you to produce my album."
Is that I'm Bossy?
No, it's her rapper. She was the first gangster female rapper, and when she done it, I was geeked until she was like, "Won't you come over to the house and see what's been submitted to me already?" Yeah, it was like 4 garbage bags full of CDs, but the top main garbage bag was full of DJ Quick, CPO, Run DMC, Jam Master J, MC Search. All these big name people wanted to produce her album, and I cowered out. I felt like I wasn't qualified enough. I felt like I didn't have it. I thought I didn't have it. Rest in peace to Boss. My baby been gone for 2 years. So what I'm saying is, when
I remember her.
When feeling unqualified, again, that was an emotional trait. I was feeling I was underqualified, but I was damn sure qualified. I was definitely chosen. I didn't feel like I wasn't ready. I felt like I wasn't ready, and that's probably one of my biggest regrets in my whole entire life, is not taking on that task. And she definitely is one of Detroit's finest, Niecy. And it's kind of crazy, because at that time I was an 18-year-old boy. You know what I mean? Going up against all these grown ass men. I wasn't thinking of David and Goliath. I wasn't thinking about none of that. But the fact that she came to me and asked me.
Yeah, and she saw that in you.
And she seen it in me. And so that's one of my biggest regrets. That's why. So a lot of these things, topics that then came up.
Because it's a self-sabotage thing, Dorian. That's what I said. Is that you really feel like, is this happening to me? It can't be happening to me. It's too good to be true. I don't deserve it. I'm not ready. You put all of those things into your mind.
Never said I didn't deserve it.
But she's just thinking of the different sabotage words that you. Come on now. Come on.
You.
Go ahead, Chaney.
Thank you, Miss J.
You're welcome, man. Like, I'm tired of the BS. Go ahead.
He's like, essentially, but yeah, all of those self-sabotaging words or phrases that we use, it can overpower the thought of I can do this, I'm called to do this, and even if I'm not all the way ready now, what I can do is get ready and take the position. When I take the first step, he'll help me take the rest. So
That's why I tell people the tongue is powerful.
That is
the tongue
true.
is powerful.
Sure is.
You should never be saying things to tear your own self down.
Yeah.
The tongue is powerful. I look at myself every day in the mirror and I go, you got this today. And everything is going to be great. And whatever come your way, we going to handle it with grace. Let's get it.
Yes.
I thank him for waking me up. We get to going.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
self-fear
saying?
is the word.
Yeah, I tell my kids that, like, they be like, hey,
Change
your tongue is
mindset.
powerful.
Yeah.
I'm like, all you have to do is change your mindset, change your thought process.
Yeah.
I'm like, change the words that you're saying to yourself and make them work for you instead of spitting out stuff that works against you. Stop doing that to yourself.
Literally. And when I wake up, I just say every day, universe, show me how good today can get. And
I love that.
I lead with that. And then when I lead with that, I see my days get better. I see my load is lighter, mentally, physically. I'm just lighter. Like I'm at a place now where I'm understanding that I'm not alone. I don't have to do it alone. And a lot more things is within me than I thought. So with that ideology and mindset, change or shift is allowing me to understand that I am more qualified than I ever thought that I am and could be in certain ages or spaces and rooms.
And another example, another good one, Gigi, Chaney. Another thing I think about is when somebody asks you to do something that you ask somebody else to help you to do something that the person had asked you to do. You feel me? And whether it's in the family and engagement. You know what I mean? They be like, shout out to Soul Food. Soul Food, when the Big Mama told the girl that she said, she can't cook. You know what I mean? She said, well, she gonna have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes, just when you're chosen, and God has shown a lot of people when you're chosen, everybody in the Bible was chosen. And when God chose them, and nobody thought they can do what God told them they can do. But you know, the things as things came to them, they was able to take on the task, and they wasn't even thinking about what they couldn't do. They just did what they had to do.
They did what they knew how to do.
Yeah.
And that's why you're chosen, because what you know how to do is the part that's being chosen.
Right. What's up?
And if you really get deep in it, you've been doing what you've been doing all along. That's why you were chosen to do it.
Most definitely.
Yeah, you just didn't see it as
you
that.
just because you've been doing it so naturally, and you've been doing it at the same time. But the part that's chosen is what you already know how to do and what you've been doing. That's
It's
all
like I said, it's already in you.
It's already in you. Yeah.
And that's so crazy too, because people don't look at it that way, and I tell people,
it's not taught.
We've been conditioned.
Just change your,
not to.
and that's why I said it's all perspective. Everything is perspective. Because when I hear people give their opinions, I understand that their opinion is based off of their reality.
Unless it's a fact.
You know, and it's like, okay, you've only lived this long, or you've lived only here.
Right.
Versus I've have not lived on the east side until now. Oh God, I am on the east side now, ain't I?
Yes, you are.
Welcome.
That's the east side. That is.
Welcome.
So I've lived you know what? And I will say this. I had some qualms of coming east, and it's quiet.
Very
It
much
ain't too
so.
bad over there.
That's
That's
what I
what I
said.
Very, 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 very quiet.
I love it.
I thought Farmington Hills and all that was quiet.
No, it's very loud.
No.
There's too many trees.
On some real stuff, it's
It's too
louder.
bumpy.
It's louder over there than it is on the east where I
And
am.
it's very chaotic.
Yeah.
Mapping and moving.
And it is just so like.
That don't mean come east. Y'all stay west since y'all love me so much. Don't be bringing yourselves over here bothering
Because y'all love west so bad.
I mean,
y'all love the west side.
I ain't
Don't
gonna
be coming
lie.
to the east side.
Don't be having no functions on.
I'm not gonna lie.
Got all
Back in
them
the Bel
high
Air.
taxes over there. Over there.
Northwest was my place, and then I thought further west.
No.
It's Commerce is west, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I thought further west was like, let's
Ain't
get
nobody
it.
trying to pay all them high taxes.
Man, let me tell you, I am seeing so many beautiful spots on the east that I never
Don't tell
knew.
everybody. Don't tell everybody, okay? Because we don't want y'all. We don't want y'all.
Okay, say don't say
like New Boston and man, my God.
But those are loud.
Those are loud.
No.
Yeah, New Boston area.
Not where I did a package drop off. I was actually nervous because it was too damn. I ain't even hear animals or insects.
We don't want you anyway, so
it made me think that they own something over there. But yeah,
so
we weren't worried.
So when we focus on the topic, that's what I was asking.
He said, "So sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear what that the east
that you on the east side because I said we don't want you. Don't tell them.
Oh yeah,
he said don't worry about it. We won't. We don't care.
The east is beautiful.
So Jay,
we passed Bewick, Niecy,
and it's a lot of water. I didn't know it was that much water.
Yeah, on the east.
Listen, I didn't know. Don't kill me. I didn't know.
I told Chaney she just need to take a drive.
Anytime I thought of East Side, I thought of East Side Detroit.
Gotta be trying
Y'all
to learn.
always think of East Side Detroit.
That's what I thought of. I was that naive that's what I thought of for the East Side.
When I speak East Side, I never think of East Side Detroit.
Keep Bewick. Yeah, no, we can get rid of Bewick.
No, Bewick don't.
Bewick is actually coming back.
Yeah,
what are you
Bewick
talking
don't.
about?
Yeah, no.
You ain't been over there in a minute.
I haven't.
She ain't been over there.
And that's why.
You gotta go over there. No, they actually have remodeled and redid some things over there.
They done some things over there.
Which y'all fail to realize
I still won't be over there at night.
It's nothing but opportunity on that side.
So,
that's what y'all like.
Spots,
it's
not
just
whole
like
blocks.
when the stock market goes down. That's when you start buying. Never mind.
Homes. Yeah.
That's when you start buying stuff because it's gonna go back up. It's monopoly.
Because baby, I'm looking for buildings and lots now.
Well, you can forget about buildings.
When they gave us,
just focus on lots.
When they gave us the game Monopoly, they was teaching us about life. We just weren't paying attention.
And we just wanted to be the shoe
or the banker.
Oh my God!
If you actually play
that
the
just
game Monopoly.
What?
I love Monopoly. It never. Oh my God! See, perspective. Perspective.
The crazy part is that like it's kind of I don't know. They might be. They had like limited editions of the game, and some of the games you can't even really find like that.
I got Detroit. I got a Detroit Monopoly.
You got Detroit Monopoly.
I have not opened. I think I'm not gonna open it. I think I'm gonna save it.
Monopoly was actually teaching us about life.
What you mean? What I'm gonna save it for?
Ain't gonna be no collector's item.
Okay. Guess what I also have? I have a basketball that has been signed by every player that played in the NFL.
Yeah, the basketball.
Super Bowl
the
here.
NFL.
Yeah, the basketball. So yeah, the basketball.
I said I had a basketball. Damn. I'm high, y'all. Y'all already know that. I got a football that was signed by everybody that played in the Super Bowl that was here.
Okay.
Nice.
She said,
now that's a collector's item.
Oh, baby.
Signed by everybody in the NFL.
My brother was like, please let me buy the case for it. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to just
okay.
spend some of this money when we finally sell it.
So, Miles, where were you going when it came to this topic? Like, what was your mind saying?
What I was just saying, how everything when I brought in God, like everything that who God.
You've been talking to Nate.
No, I'm gonna tell you when we get up there.
Dorian.
Everybody who was appointed by God did not know their true power until the mission was complete.
Well, honestly, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
I can agree with that.
If you knew your true
a little
power,
piece at a time. Yeah, I can agree with that.
I don't even think Michael Jackson realized his power that he had in music, and until he left.
Until he left, and then he saw the impact that he had on the world.
I think he started seeing it right then. Yeah. Like right when I think it took his.
I think it was all the accident, yes.
And he saw something.
Yes.
He saw those kids who was fighting for their life, and he just knew. But every time he was in the hospital, think about it. Every time he went to the hospital, he was with the kids. He knew that the kids were the key, and we lost that somewhere. We lost understanding that the children are our future.
Well, that's the whole thing. What I was saying, like
I was waiting on it.
You want to know something?
I love when you do
Just
that.
really quick, Ma. So I saw on TikTok there was like the reason why we can't stop thinking about Michael Jackson is because he can't stop thinking about us. from when people went to go see his movie. Because I
think that's true.
I don't know, I do. Because I still haven't. Every time I go on social media, I kid you not, I'm seeing a Michael Jackson clip. I'm hearing his song. Somebody is dancing to his stuff. They talking about the movie. I can't get out of talking about Michael Jackson. Prior to this movie, you weren't really hearing about him unless you searched them.
Because Michael Jackson really connected people. And the reason why you can't get out of it.
And that's what it's doing now.
The reason why is because you got the back end of the generation that was disconnected.
Yeah.
And the generations before you were so connected.
Yeah.
And the generation now is looking for a connection. That's why you can't get out of, because that's what he did. That's what he brought. Yeah. And it wasn't just him. Yeah. It was other artists. Yeah. We had Prince. We had Whitney Houston. We had Luther. We had the Supreme. Like music is what shapes everything, right? So there was so much passion and so much love and so much connection into that generations before all had that. This is the generation now. That's why you're looking for it, because that's why you can't connect to movies. That's why you can't connect to people. That's why you can't connect to music, because the generation now is so disconnected from people, and they're so disconnected from. They're dead on the inside. And what Michael Jackson has done is basically he done brought people back alive.
Absolutely.
Because
I needed that, Mike. Thank you.
The world truly is dying.
I agree.
People are zombies now because we're so disconnected.
Yeah, we are very disconnected.
And that's all Michael Jackson, that was what he was created for. That was his purpose. That's what he was doing.
Purpose. And you seen it on your feed because you've been in it, because I ain't seen nothing.
But the reason why you're seeing it, the reason why you're seeing it is because your generation now was being connected.
Yeah.
And now you're coming alive, and now you're going to be looking for that connection. That's all Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson connected people.
Connection on the
and
way
my grandson just told me yesterday, because my daughter said, I'm trying to, get him and to listen to listen. I was waiting for her to read that.
Dorian, we lived it in the movie theater. That's what we talking about.
She was trying to get him connected to understand Michael music and things like that, and she let him listen to 2 songs. He said, Mimi, I don't like Michael Jackson. I said, first of all, it's Jackson. He said, I don't like his music. And why does he dance like that? And I'm looking at her, I said, what you will not do ever in life is disrespect that. I'm all on his nose, and he just started crying. I said, cry about it all you want. You better not ever.
He don't understand, because Michael Jackson don't look like nobody he sees on TV today or that he's listening to today. So he to him, Michael Jackson probably is lame, because ain't nobody wearing.
Listen, he's 5.
They do the prom, so he probably listens to the rap songs or stuff he see on TikTok, and
Michael Jackson.
It don't look like Michael.
He's gonna become a Michael Jackson lover before he gets 6.
Because I'm literally did the same dance moves, and everybody just fell out. The man get on stage and stand there for 20 minutes.
Yeah, and people just are cheering and crying.
But Beyonce does that too.
Did you just say he did the same dance move?
He did.
He did.
Michael Jackson.
But let me hold up.
He did.
Y'all will not do that.
I'm gonna be honest.
Listen, on my last podcast that I had, we had that as a subject. I mean, as a topic. How many dance moves did Michael Jackson actually have? And it's more than 20.
3.
Is it more than 20?
We counted at least 40, 42. But I'm gonna have to go back and look at that video.
Whatever the case, he did the same dance moves, and that man stood on stage for 20 minutes just like this.
You gotta let it simmer.
Then he'll hit you with one of these. Then he'll take the glasses off.
He did it.
Then he did this one more time. And are you okay? And he's
they had said at the Super Bowl they was running out of time because he stood there.
The man literally was standing there for 20 minutes.
Isn't it so crazy that all he has to do is show his presence and people gonna pass out? That is so amazing.
When Beyonce comes on stage, she stands up there for a little bit too with her silhouette.
Is it because the people wouldn't quiet down?
It's because it's Michael Jackson.
Well, we on a time schedule, Michael. We got to get out the stadium. We have to clear this. The game is about to still go on.
Listen, did you? So all the research that you did, because I know you dove down a rabbit hole with it, Chaney. Did you see his Super Bowl performance? Did you watch that yet?
I didn't go that far. So I've been on the movie side, like the American Dream, and I want to go back and see the second one. So apparently it's one in between the American Dream and the new one.
Only watch the American Dream. The other ones are terrible.
Okay, because I did that.
I would say watch them all. To be honest.
Chaney, I
would say watch them all, and then once you finish with them all, then go back and do his concert.
Yeah.
Or
so now I'm watching interviews now of him, his mom, his dad. Like I'm going down his sister.
The second movie is where Tyler Perry got his wigs from. Let's stick to the topic.
Like I said,
is that not part of the topic already? Michael Jackson can fit in this topic, absolutely.
No, because
I still feel qualified.
No, he definitely was. He knew he was qualified.
I guess if you want to try
I don't think he felt like he was qualified to deal with his father, but he saw he had it in him to deal with him and get the hell away from him.
I wish I would stop disrespecting Joe Jackson.
Oh, I love Joe.
So
I love what he put in.
Joe is not as bad as everyone tried to make him to say, and it took the first movie for me to understand that.
You know what they do in Hollywood? They do that with all the mothers and fathers when they managers.
Okay, can I just put this on the table? And I know a lot of people may
Usher
give me a
sitting
little flack back on this, but I did not see the resemblance between Joe Jackson and Domingo.
Who?
Domingo.
The guy who played him.
I didn't see it.
I did.
I didn't see, and I've been trying, and I'm like, okay, because they've been saying casting was down to a science, and they did good.
I thought he looked like him. No, I mean, you probably was a nose prior for me.
Maybe it was.
Hold on.
I didn't think the person who played Reby looked anything like Reby.
First of all, none of that mattered because Denzel looks nothing like Malcolm X.
And that's what they were saying. They
but
was
he
like
played the hell out of that part.
Yeah, and they were saying that Beyonce didn't look like. They were saying Beyonce didn't look nothing like Etta James, but she played her.
Who, Beyonce?
Yeah, and that was the controversy that they had on that.
Well, can I say this?
Sure.
All the actors usually look opposite of the people.
Okay.
Most of the time.
In biopics.
Yeah.
You try to get as close as
anything like Tina Turner. The only one who I felt like looked somewhat similar was Jennifer Lopez and Selena.
Yeah.
They got mad because Jennifer Lopez was Puerto Rican and Selena was Mexican. So boo.
Right. It's the semantics. Yeah. I just had to say it because people were saying that he got the makeup, and I'm not. There's no shade to them.
And Lawrence Fishburne looked nothing alike. Lawrence Fishburne like Ike Turner and Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Now Jamie Foxx played Ray.
And I think
he did good on that.
And plus
he gave a good look.
Lorenz Tate looked nothing like Frankie Lyman because Frankie Lyman was not even attractive.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah,
he made Frankie Lyman look good. Frankie Lyman did not look good.
She did.
Plus, I would say this: Lawrence Fishburne like 6'7", and Ike Turner wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. Lawrence Fishburne is tall, so I mean.
They get some of them really, really close, and then they
some people
own
can nail
some
it
of
and
them.
some people don't because never mind. Back to the topic.
Yeah,
this generation would never know what we experienced growing up in the Michael Jackson Prince era.
Yeah,
speechless. That is very, very true to Miss Bags.
I looked up. I went down to the characters, like, and their spouses.
Michael Jackson got you in a chokehold.
In a chokehold. Like, he has a whole spouse, and he can dress. Domingo.
But you was alive when Michael Jackson was here.
It just didn't hit the same. I done bought the T-shirt, the merch, like...
Oh, y'all done fell in love with your father.
He did it for me. And no other movie ever in my life has done it.
What if Michael Jackson came? What if he was the second Jesus and y'all didn't crucify that man?
Listen, Chaney, I cried watching that.
What they cried? What the fuck you cried for?
I didn't cry.
I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna be like Brittany right now. Don't talk to me like that.
You caught up in your emotions.
I cried because it was beautiful for me to see people in that movie theater enjoying him for exactly who he was.
Hey, you cried.
That brought a tear to my eye. What also brought a tear to my eye
we don't even know, girl, boy, Michael Jackson.
Gone.
He gone.
He gone. You know what I'm saying? That like that.
Michael Jackson.
I said,
I've always liked
damn.
Michael Jackson. I always will enjoy Michael Jackson because do you remember?
I just wish him and Prince. I just wish him and Prince would have done a song together.
Well, that was never gonna happen because Michael Jackson and Prince actually had beef that nobody knew about. Kevin Riley just told us what it is.
Boy,
Go look up
I knew
Prince.
they had beef.
Yeah,
Divine Magazine picked that up a long time ago.
Girl, boy, so you gonna wait for streaming?
Wait for
Why you call it shit?
You know what else I like? Liberian girl.
Yeah.
I like that one. And I like that.
Keep it on the dance floor. Girl, boy, you got to call in and tell us why you say that.
Somebody talking about some he been gone for 16 years. I know, but like
The closest they came up to a biopic was when they did Tupac. That guy looked exactly like
Tupac.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, Jennifer Lopez and Selena too. They look alike too.
Yeah.
But Jafar did have some moments like his uncle.
I mean, at least he's
I ain't
in the
gonna keep
same
getting hype on
bloodline.
it.
He
I ain't
was some
gonna keep
moments
getting
he
hype.
looked like,
But he did.
like Michael.
He did.
Some moments, he did. But
It was some moments that I was like, okay, that ain't Michael.
But,
and then it was some moments I said, okay.
It's only one. Let that man did his job. Let that man
Absolutely. He did an amazing
I'm really
job.
trying to get back to this topic because I'm
Free
trying to see
99 me. Huh?
for the
for free.
for the movie.
Niecy was talking about. Yeah, I don't know why people was crying for Michael because I ain't never cried for no celebrity. I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck Jay Sharissee but crying. I cried because I like.
Listen, I moved when I moved, and no one else has to understand my movement. I cried when Michael Jackson died. I cried when Prince died.
When Whitney died,
I cried when Whitney died. I cried when
Whitney used to hurt me.
What's the one? You telling me this and telling me that. Who's the guy who's in Barry White? I cried when Barry. Look, so leave me be. When I moved, I do what I'm supposed to do. Okay,
I was real hurt when Kobe died.
Yeah.
Kobe hurt me.
Oh no, okay, I wouldn't hurt with
I think
that.
it hurt me because he was on that plane with his daughter.
Yeah, I would say no artist has moved me
because you ain't been connected.
Even the
and
one
I think
who
that's
died
the
in the
thing, is
airplane
I'm
crash,
desensitized to a lot, and I know that's sad.
Him Aaliyah.
I cried. Oh, Aaliyah too.
Aaliyah hurt me too.
I don't remember that. I was too young to know what grief was. Like,
what's the singer who killed herself because she was depressed? My girl.
Shit, all of them.
No.
Phyllis
Hyman hurt my feelings.
What about Nina Simone? Why you wanna fly?
Nina's no.
Blackbird.
I felt nothing on that.
See,
I like music. I'm sorry.
I love
somebody
it.
said just say.
Look, Nikki said just say you cry with everybody.
I really don't. I don't cry when everybody died, but my mother made sure music was really a part of our upraising. And remember, I told y'all we really she didn't do much with us on a one-on-one. Let me spend time with you basis, but music was me and my mother thing. She played it, baby, and I was sitting right there watching her and listening.
Okay, I want to go to this topic again because I don't know how
you got something else to say about
I don't have anything else to say. I really wanted to know what state he was in when he chose this topic.
I told you.
He was in a God state.
Yeah, because it's amazing. It's amazing to me, like how many times God has chosen people and they felt like they wasn't qualified.
I have a question. Can we add on a little bit of extra?
Even not be Michael Jackson.
No, it's not. It actually is kind of on topic but off topic.
Mm-hmm.
So
we've been there all day.
Yeah, essentially. So do you guys feel like jobs should tell people that they're overqualified for a position?
Absolutely.
And why is that if you want someone to come in and be an asset to your company?
Because
you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you think that a person that got all this going on wouldn't do that for you?
Because it costs a lot of money to. It costs a hiring process.
They don't want to pay you.
Costs a lot of money for companies to hire
true.
someone. It's a lot of resources that goes behind that.
Mm-hmm.
So it costs a lot for us to hire you. And then 2-3 days, a month, 2 months later, you've gotten a better offer for what you actually are qualified for, and now I've just wasted money and resources. So yes, it is absolutely a must for someone to tell you that you are overqualified for this job, and they tell me all the time, no, you're not doing this, and I have to put on my business hat, and I understand that.
Okay, that's interesting because I never thought about it like because I'm like, if I'm doing so good, why not move me up in your company and continue to
I also can't train you the way that I want you to be trained too.
Say that again.
Those type of qualifications.
I was told that I was that they could not train me. We cannot take away what you have, but we need you to learn our way.
Basically,
if your way is wrong, hell no, I'm not learning.
But see,
being coachable.
You could still have the skill set. You would just be learning that particular software platform or whatever.
Yeah, but when you come in with your experience and your knowledge and what you know,
you won't be able to dumb down yourself.
You're not going to dumb yourself down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So really, you want to get somebody I can train you to do what I want you to do for my company.
And the beliefs of my company.
Why when people go in and want to overqualify themselves, underqualify yourself. That's the trick. Like I said, guys, we're playing Monopoly. Something I wanted to say about the topic.
Here you go, girl boy.
It was something you said because God chose people and what? Now say that one more time.
And they didn't believe in themselves.
So it makes me think of the scripture where they say many are called, few are chosen.
There you go.
Yeah.
And the reason why I believe few are chosen because I think there's only the chosen ones actually answer the call.
A lot of people don't.
My point exactly. That's why it says many are called, few are chosen. So you become chosen when you answer the call. Because you also said the people that God chose. First of all, when he chose you, you're already gonna be qualified. That's why he chose you. But what I'm saying is,
but they don't believe.
But they also do it.
Yeah, but they have
to. They'll question it with him, and he'll respond right. And they did it. So that's why the chosen. That's why I said to become the chosen.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was saying that's why I put that topic up there again. When it said it, but still feel unqualified. But Jesus had asked God, "Why have thou forsaken me?" Mm-hmm. And God had to give him the answer.
What was the answer?
What was the question?
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday, Niecy.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you for watching.
Jesus asked God, "Why have thou forsaken me?"
Yesterday, Niecy.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Monday through Friday, Niecy.
Yeah, we were.
Jesus asked God, "Why have thou forsaken me?"
Mm-hmm. And what was the answer?
God gave him revelation through Michael. Was it Michael? What angel he said?
I thought he was trying to say Microsoft.
Wait, what was the answer? Because I thought he said it on the cross.
Yeah, he said he had to die because he said, "Forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they do," because he had to die in order for them to.
So that was the answer, that he had to die.
He had to die because.
What you said he gave me?
Come on, girl, boy, you can call in. Call in. We put that number up there for you, baby.
For the sins of man at that time.
Gotcha.
And when he realized he had to die for sins of man at the time, he asked God to forgive them, for they do not know what they do.
They do not know what they do.
By throwing the sticks and the rocks and stones and things like that.
I don't believe that, but okay.
So Ms. Rhea said, I've been told I was overqualified and I don't even have a degree, but what I bring in life and job experience was equivalent, and they didn't want to pay what I requested in that field.
Yeah,
and
that's
I think
why they
that
don't wanna pay you.
Yeah, but I think that you should never say that a person's overqualified. I just feel like you put your
if you do 5 plus
your
5,
price.
you are overqualified. You know it's 10.
But listen, you put your price out there, and the person always gonna have the choice of saying, yes, I want this position. No, I don't want this position.
But like I said, you are okay. So
yeah, but if you know a lot,
so that's from a potential. Candidate. You're thinking from a candidate perspective. Now put your business hat on. Do you want to hire someone who is overqualified and you know you're only allowed per the budget to pay out for this title this much, when because you see their qualifications, if they put in this job application, they must put in others. We just so happen to tell you yes first. But if them other come in again with your qualifications, I know the jobs that you're out there applying for. I know that you took the first offer. You need money. I get it. But so why would I want to waste the resources?
Right, because like you said, it's a process to get people hired in. Because Girl Boy
when
said,
I know you about to leave, you gonna end up leaving. No, I'm not gonna hire you.
No more loyalty in any of these people. Because
that is true.
But
Girl Boy, I'm sorry. She said you still be chosen and don't answer just for the things you'll have to give up. Are you ready? What? I feel like it's a sacrifice. I feel like it's a sacrifice. A lot of people don't want to give up certain things, and that's why they don't ever truly get into their chosen or what they're called to be. Yeah.
Girl, boy, man, I don't know what you're talking about.
Because they're not wanting to give up things.
Go back to
she's like, are you ready?
Okay, so I can see what she means. So you're being called to be a nun.
Child, that ain't my fault.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna put it out there. You being called to be a nun. Mm-hmm. To be a nun, there are sacrifices as a nun
being celibate
that you have to make.
No
are
men.
Are you ready for that?
Exactly.
You see what I mean? So I understand what she means. I understand exactly what she means. You could be called and qualified, but are you ready?
That's true, and that is why a few people only get.
It's the way I say, "Are you ready?" After she finished singing.
But I feel like when we don't answer, we make our own life and our own life path longer or harder, more challenging.
Well, yeah.
We do this stuff to ourselves, y'all. I hated to say it. I wanted to give ourselves the benefit of the doubt, but it's
we do it to us.
They made it 40 years. It's only take them 11 days.
This is why. This is why we have free will.
I'm glad y'all know this, y'all. Back to what you said. You said you don't believe that Miles just said.
I don't believe in the Bible, so no.
Okay.
So anything that you guys reference in that is
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Nisi said, do you think that they actually salary range or just so they can tell you it's too much?
So they ask you salary range because they really want to know what you believe your skill sets are worth.
Mine are priceless.
That's why that's on there. So as of some years and degrees of recruiting in HR, let me tell you guys, you do not want to put an answer on there. Do not put an answer on that question at all. What you want to do is go inside and you want to tell them you want to interview them, not them interview you. Interview the company. Do not allow a company to interview you.
Now we gonna get to the caller. I'm gonna ask this question because I have heard that you are supposed to ask them follow-up questions to let you know that you've done your research, you know who you're going to get, you're applying for, and to let them know that you actually care about the business.
I don't even give you all that. I go in this interview and I'm interviewing you.
Okay.
I need to know why you are a company I should choose.
Hey, caller.
Okay, caller.
Hey. That's some of the craziest shit I done heard. But anyway.
Wait, what part?
Right, which part?
I'm gonna interview you and fuck who I am. All right, what can Blue do for you, ass person? Okay, hey, I can't knock it. I ain't gonna try it, but I ain't gonna knock it. I think as far as in a lot of situations, I'm gonna just take it to relationships. People are chosen in relationships all the time, and sometimes because of how they feel about themselves, they feel unqualified to be with the person they with, and sometimes they self-sabotage, right?
Very true.
Now, taking it to if we talking about being chosen by God, you're always unqualified. Truthfully, you're only qualified because he knows what he has for you, and you're never ready. Like, God don't choose you when you feel ready. He chooses it when he's ready for you to do it. And you got to figure it out. And if not, it's going to come with some pain and strife until you figure it out and get it right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like when we look at everybody God chose, or that was with Jesus and all of these things, they were not perfect people. They were not ready. You know what I'm saying? But they picked up, they put on their boots and they marched and they did what they had to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like saying, can you be ready for marriage? No, you're not qualified. You qualify yourself through being married and working at it and making it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you won't know you're unqualified until you step in that ring. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Good points,
you know,
rather.
You had, you know, and even like, just one last thing, even within the Army, you could train a person to kill all day. That don't mean when the shit hit the fan, they're going to be able to do it.
That's true.
Or they might hesitate, but then have to get into the motion of it because of their self-preservation. But you know what I'm saying? You looked qualified on paper. You had the best marksmanship and everything.
You went through the training.
But wasn't nobody shooting back at you. So you didn't know if you were qualified or not. You just did the work to prepare yourself. But yeah, we ain't never qualified or prepared when God called us though. Cause he ain't on our time, we on his.
I agree with that. Because we always have a plan, and that's why things don't always go the way that we plan it. So, thank you, G.
Thanks, G.
Yep. Appreciate y'all taking the call. Y'all have a great morning.
You too. You as well. Thanks for calling.
So, Ms. Bax, you said is good to say negotiable. I think you're asking, is it good to say that? Is it good to put on there negotiable? On the actual application, again, in that range, I just would not put anything, because for me, I always you're chosen for an interview because I already see you have the skill sets. Before I even ask you for the interview, I've already done a digging in your background. So this is why when you walk in, you should be interviewing the company and not the company interviewing you. We gave you the interview because we already see. Mm-hmm. We already see you have the skill sets. We've already called the companies that was on here. There are several softwares that I can plug your name into and get the information that I need. Mm-hmm. So I already see that you're somebody that I want. You should be walking in to see if there's somebody that you want. Just because they're paying you at X amount of money does not mean that you will be a good fit for the culture of the company. And the culture of the company is what you really want to find out about. How are they?
I agree with that. Because no matter how much money you make, you can be miserable.
Absolutely.
The people can be bold. The staff can be crazy.
Listen, I took a job.
Don't work together.
As you see, I'm colorful. I'm loud. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm very expressive. I took a job where the office was completely silent. Completely.
That probably drove you crazy.
Drove me out. Everybody has headsets in and they are plugged in.
I like that job.
Well, guess what? I can be plugged in, but I will not sit here like a robot.
Yeah,
I can't do it. So I'm plugged in, but I'm dancing in my chair, doing my stuff, turning around in my chair, I'm doing my thing. Okay, and people, I am, but I'm doing my job,
right?
But I'm gonna have fun while I'm at work. And let me tell you, from that moment on, people start asking, "You having a good time over there?" And guess what? The office ended up becoming? It became a place where you actually enjoyed being there.
And that makes a difference. That truly makes a difference. If I got to give up X
amount of time from my family, I got to enjoy what I'm doing. I used to chase the money, and I learned that was, the money paid my bills, but I am miserable at work.
Yeah.
I cannot work where I am miserable. And even though you're paying me for the misery, I can't be miserable. So I liven that place up. So
you think you should find a job that you're not miserable at? Like, that's what you think people should do? Because I feel like a lot of people are going into professions that they really don't like, but they're only going for money.
Yeah, I think that you're... Like, you're supposed to enjoy.
Yeah. It's a lot of, right now, I feel like a lot of people are not in a financial position to go off of solely what they want to do. It's
Absolutely.
What they have to do. It can be based off of convenience. It can be based on, hey, I pulled you into this, money, closeness. So it may not be what you want to do.
Absolutely.
Everybody doesn't get that luxury. If you do, are able to do both, that's great.
But I still think there's a lot of people going into things knowing that they don't want to do it.
It's gonna bleed out in other areas of your life,
of money, and it's like you really don't want to do that,
and it makes them miserable, and you can see it in different aspects in their life that they're miserable. However, I'm making over $100K.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about the rest of your life?
Exactly.
How is that $100K affecting the rest? I know people who come home making big money, but come home and they make their home miserable.
Yeah.
Because they're miserable.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're miserable at where you work, why are you still there?
If it's in and on you.
Yeah, and again, I've been there. I've been in the rat race. I had mortgage to pay.
Yeah.
I had children to take care of. We had vehicles and insurance, and we was living life. But the moment that I became miserable at work, let me tell you, I was outside of my job crying. Mm-hmm. And this is when smartphones came out. And this is when I told you that we had to push. This is when we had.
It seemed like they was always here.
I was working for Verizon Wireless. I was one of the top selling agents, and it was our job to push the smartphones on the elders who were just coming out of their contracts. And taking advantage of them like that did something to me.
Yeah.
And my boss one day saw me outside before shift crying, and she knocked on my window, and I'm like, listen, I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
This, I know what I'm doing. They do not need these phones.
Yeah, respectfully.
We're taking their phone bill from $20 now to $100.
Yeah.
Like, doing people wrong like that does something to my soul.
And that's not fair.
And I just couldn't do it no more. And she said, you know what? I have a couple of people in a couple of other companies. I hate to see you go, but I'm going to find some place for you.
That's
and she
good.
found some place for me.
And because she know that you're a person first and your integrity is going to outshine any job or any position at the end of the day. And people see that. And that's why I said that I know you're never supposed to say never, but if I can help it, I probably would never go back to work from home. I think that is probably the worst time of me ever working.
Really? I loved it.
I was miserable in there. I was working at Rocket Auto. I was working for them, selling cars 10 hours a day. But if I had a bad day at work, it was in my home. Now that energy is in my home. Now I can't leave work and go home. Everything is there. My work is my home. Everything is combined. So I can't separate the two. I can't release that energy because it's in there.
I see what you're saying.
I'm living with it. I'm living with the problem. I literally log out in my living room and then go to my, go in my kitchen and it's still there. So it's no space. It's no time for you to just regroup and then return back like
you're in those four walls, baby.
You're in those four walls, right? And we used to think that it was so good when we went to work every day. Everybody was like, man, I wish I could work from before the pandemic. We just thought it was wishful thinking a while. Man, if I work from home, that'd be so da-da-da. We got it, and I'm like, oh, this is the worst.
I loved it, Chaney. I absolutely
hated it.
I went from room to room. I might spend Monday in my bedroom, in my bed,
and that's what I'm
doing
saying. You
work,
don't even
smoking,
get up.
doing my work.
Yes.
I will then move to the living room and then the dining room. And for me, it was beautiful because my only grandbaby was just born in December. December of 2020. So in 2021, that's when we was doing the shutdowns. No, we were shut down before that, right?
It came the end of 19.
We shut down in 2020,
I was say came in end of 19. We shut down 20.
Pretty much after Kobe Bryant
March
passed.
of 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
So coming into 2021, I'm still at home, and after my daughter, maternity leave, she had to return to work.
Yeah.
I ain't want my grandbaby in nobody else's hands.
Of course.
So it was great to have him right here in my hands while I'm still doing. I loved it. I loved everything about it.
Me too.
I think the best schedule is to have like a hybrid schedule.
I would take my computer and drive.
The reason why I say that is because honestly, like, I think when COVID happened, it put things back into perspective and let people know like what was important and what wasn't important, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody's been in this rat race in America because of how America is set up, and realize that there's no real life job security.
Absolutely.
Your degree doesn't mean anything.
Absolutely.
So I think it was a matter of like positioning and reshaping and like finding a new perspective on like, wait a minute, what am I really doing? What do I really want? How do I really want to do this? Because what companies were doing, they wanted people to work from home. The reason why is because guess what? You're going to pay for your bills and you're still going to work for me. Yeah. Right? So,
and it was cheaper for them because they did not.
And I had to upgrade my Wi-Fi to run on these certain things. Yeah,
but
that's true.
But I personally believe in like a hybrid schedule. And I think we should be done with work at least by 3. Right? Absolutely. I think when the kids are at school learning, they should be. We should be working, and when the kids are out, we should come home. And there should be days where you're working. Like I know a lot of people are going to be nurses because they like to do these 312s. They work 3 days a week for 12 hours a day. And personally, I mean, I like it. I think that's dope. I think we should work like 3-4 days a week, and we should have 3 days to regroup and things like that. But I think a hybrid schedule is necessary, because you do have people that's always constantly working, and then you do have people that work better when they are at home. Yes. Versus people that work in an environment. Some people are introverted people, and it's like they want to put their headsets on and they just want to do the work. Yeah. So I think the best schedule to have is that schedule.
I agree. A hybrid schedule would be great too.
Schedule, because at the end of the day, what are we really saying, right? What do we really want? Yeah. Because you have people that.
What do we want?
You're driving these expensive cars, realizing like, well, dang, I'm really not in my car that much. I'm actually just in my car.
Talk about it.
From point A to point B, right?
Yep.
So it's like
in your home.
You're really not home.
You're not
much.
even home.
So
much.
it's like I'm buying these big homes to be in the house for all of 2 hours. You know what I mean? So I think it just makes you kind of put things into perspective, and it's like, well, what do I really want, right? And I think most people, I can't speak for the world, but I can say I think most people really want to enjoy what they do. If I'm going to be away from my home, give me the money so that I can live and enjoy the things that I want to do, be with my family, be in a decent neighborhood, and not have to worry about, being in places where somebody's going to rob me or take from me or, and have some form of peace. Yes. I want to take a few vacations.
That is beautiful. What you just
I think
that was beautiful.
And that's not too much.
I feel like that's not asking for too much. But we live in America, which is capitalist, and we live in competition. Everybody's competing, and it's like, well, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. And it's like, well, what is it that you feel
you need to be
doing? Right? And I don't like people making you feel bad because I am at this place and I am in this area, and then I think it goes back to you feel unqualified. Why?
Because we're comparing.
Because we're comparing, and that's where we're feeling. That's why we're feeling unqualified.
Yeah, because if I didn't know what you were doing or what you were doing, what I was doing, it wouldn't feel behind. It wouldn't feel ahead. It wouldn't feel anything outside of just being.
So the real
I can agree to that. I like that.
The real thing is we're feeling unqualified is because we're comparing ourselves to someone else instead of looking at, what, I am different. Yeah. So let me bring what I bring to the table, and that's all that it's going to be. So that's why people are feeling a sense of being,
and that can still be deemed as an asset. It can just be a different one
this is what I always say
that I'm qualified for, but it can still help the overall picture.
And this is what I say this all the time. If you can do what I can do, and I can do what you can do, then one of us is irrelevant. They're not going to need both. All of us.
For sure.
Yeah. So what I believe is that you find out what you're good at. And even if you don't know what you're good at, be observant. Be the best observer that you know how to be.
Because you're going to naturally cling to something.
The reason you're feeling unqualified is because you're comparing yourself to other people in the job. And as difficult as it may be, because we have our phones connected to our hands and we're looking at them every 15 minutes. That's the work part. The work part is the mind part. Training your mind to like, let me just focus on what I'm doing. Let me focus on me. Let me just focus on this right here. And that's not to say like nobody else is important. It's just to say right now I can do this. This is what I'm good at. This is what I'm gonna focus on.
Hold on, ladies. I'm gonna get to these comments. Okay, we got the interview is to see your temperament and also personality. Yes, the interview is also for that. However, your personality, depending on the culture of the company, they really don't care about. Your temperament, again, depending on what business you're going in, that also can play a part. I absolutely agree, because I'm in that state now, and I know my calling, and fear is standing in the way, and people keep telling me to get out my own way, so I needed to hear this morning. But thank you for so very much, Miss Bax. Oh, and she also said, I couldn't stand working from home. I was all over the place. My concentration was not good at all.
Yeah.
Listen, baby, let me tell you. I did them.
It can be like that.
I did, and when
it's good when it's good, but then
baby,
it can be
and
shaky.
I did it the same way that I did it in the office. I don't know. I don't know why I am how I am. Yeah. I just know I am, right?
Yeah, and that's
so
okay.
when I do a job, no matter what job I do, I'm gonna do that job.
Yeah,
baby.
I clocked in.
And
I did it.
And going over and beyond, it's something that I don't believe that it's going over and beyond. I think that any job that I take, I'm doing exactly what it needs.
Yeah.
You just as that business person, because your part is more numbers than, because a lot of my stuff has been customer service. I believe in a one call solution. That's customer service. So you're not getting off the phone with me until your issue is resolved. You will not. Because think about it.
Don't
How many times?
I just want to say one thing, not to cut you off. Just to Nisi, whatever you do, you can do it in fear and trembling. Even if you are scared to do it, just keep doing it. And you'll realize that the fear was just an illusion. I just wanted to put that out there for you, because I read the comment.
That's good advice.
Even I forgot what I was going to say.
No, you were saying a one call solution. You
just won't get off. Netflix. You know how many hours I didn't have a Netflix customer on the phone trying to fix their Netflix, but guess what? They were gonna get off that phone until that Netflix was fixed. And because of how I am at work,
you probably have about 3 calls.
And because of how I am at work,
I like them calls.
People who deal with me, they call back if they have to call back in because something else. They only want to deal with me because they said she believes in the service that she is supposed to provide. But unfortunately, because on the business end, you only took 5 phone calls today. Well, I bet my 5 phone calls was better than that person over there that took 20.
Because they be watching the production like a
Correct.
hawk.
It's the numbers, and I was not going to play.
They be trying to clock the
baby,
HCW.
I was never going to play the number game.
They really gonna have a problem with this AI then, because with AI, she terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah. And not only they bad, when you call back, you just call. I don't care. I want customer service, and then you keep asking for customer service. I just did this with FedEx.
So
I kept calling. I was talking to AI. I said, "Give me a customer service representative." They kept saying, "Okay, but before I transfer you, maybe I can help you." I said, "You cannot help me. Send me to a person." They went on and on. And they never sent me to a person. I called at least 3 different numbers.
I was how many times did it hang up on you because
a couple times.
It didn't like what you said.
It didn't like what I said. So I said they're really gonna have a problem with this AI in the future, because AI is not trying to solve your problem.
Yeah.
So when I finally got through to a person, I said, "You guys are terrible. And y'all should be ashamed of yourselves."
And I'm glad you said it.
How much longer y'all plan on being in business when you have the actual AI hanging up on customers? And I gave them the worst review I could.
And if more people that call these companies say that on the recorded line, let me guys tell you what happens.
They pay attention to them
when they have their board meetings. Freak the quality control meetings. When they have their board meetings, these board members, they want to hear some of these calls.
They do.
And they have somebody on the low that y'all don't know nothing about, that they not taking the calls that quality control is giving them, because why would I give you the worst calls? Come on now, I'm going to give you the best of the best. But they all companies have somebody on the low. That's what I call it, on the low, and they are going to give those board members them shitty calls because they really want to hear what y'all saying, what the customers are saying. So if more people complain on those lines without the cussing, you know what I'm saying, because they don't want to hear that. They want to hear the problem. They want to hear that you have a problem, and they want to hear if you have a solution to that problem. And those are the calls that they're listening to. So anytime I call a company, I let them know This is where your representative went wrong. Here's the solution to where to that problem. Mm-hmm. And I've called this company several times, and all your representatives has the same issue. And here's the solution. Boom, and I leave it like that. And I will say I'm not perfect, so some of them they do hear some colorful language. Yeah. But for the majority, I am trying to help them out. But there's nothing worse. Chaney about to laugh. There's nothing worse than a company that you've paid for years for services, and then all of a sudden the service gets disconnected, and they won't even allow you to call them.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Listen, the nerve.
I can't call you.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And these are facts. Like,
until you pay me, you can't call me. Wait a minute.
Well,
what?
because they keep saying that, with this whole AI transitioning and things like that, that the call centers, like, people aren't going to be able to work in call centers. And I don't know if I can agree with that at 100%, because people are going to people are already complaining about talking to the machines and things like that.
It's horrible. And I don't know if you guys have experienced it, but Xfinity for sure does it, where you will be on hold and they'll be like, hey,
please don't tell me that.
You can wait. You can put your call. You can put your call on wait, and they'll call you back.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the banks do that too.
But hold on though. Why is it that I get a missed call, but my phone never rings? What are they doing in the system that makes it where I get the missed call, but my phone never rings, so that when they call me back, it don't actually call me back? Yeah, but they do it on their end so that it looks like it's a missed call, so that they can document on their end. We tried to reach out, customer denied.
It's a trick for customer service representatives, and because I love customer service, we're gonna talk privately about it. But there's a trick that the customer service representative is doing on their end to register it on their end. Hey, I tried to call this customer back, because again, on their end, they're worried about their numbers.
Exactly.
They're not really worried. They're not really trying to give you customer service.
Yeah. Well, everything is. I said it. This next election is really going to be crucial.
It is. And we need to start talking about that in the next couple of months. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying it's going to be crucial, because we're entering a phase now where people aren't going to know what's real and what's fake anymore. So I think it's best people just kind of start, and even down to the fruit that we're eating. I don't even know if we're eating real fruit anymore.
Get y'all seeds.
On some real stuff. Get y'all seeds.
I don't know.
Start growing. I agree.
She said, I agree but disagree at the same time. From a business standpoint, I want efficiency. On a human standpoint, I want personality. And at the end of the day, when I'm calling a company, I want the solution in a timely manner, and it can be done with a personal, professional touch.
Absolutely.
I get you do want efficiency, but the robot itself isn't really going to. I've had more people complain about talking to the robot than actually talking to a person.
Yeah.
Hell, it's talking to the robot just to get a person.
And some places don't even have it to where you can have a customer service number.
Exactly.
You have to either email them.
Yeah.
And they'll call you back, and I don't like that. And it happens a lot for subscriptions. Yeah, that's why I hate putting my card on file.
Yeah, and this is why I'm starting to cancel a lot of subscriptions. The mere fact that you don't have a number that I can but now I'm starting to look at that before I sign up. So I had to learn.
Yes, because
I'll be like,
okay.
Yeah, I don't like that either, because with the emails, but companies they're going to pay attention to that, because what's going to happen? People going to start getting smart, and they're going to be like, I'm not going to sign up for this. I'm not going to, because people. This is the thing. This is why I said
because we have options,
and that's what people got to understand. We do have options. That's why I feel like they said this with computers. Computers are going to take over the world, and people aren't going to work. And people work. They just work with computers.
Exactly.
And I feel like it's going to be the same thing with AI. Oh, people are going to work. You're never going to have a job. Like, we're still, like, it's a scare tactic.
It's going to be incorporated.
Because it's going to be incorporated. And the reason why is because there's no way. You have to have a human.
You have to put that information in.
Otherwise, you're going to have people that's going to be real frustrated, and they're going to be blowing up.
Or you're going to have AI, artificial intelligence, that's going to be outdated, because there's nobody putting in new technology.
You do know that there are robots right now building robots.
Yeah, but who's gonna continue to build them so that they can build it? You get what I'm saying? So in a year or two, when those mechanisms or that battery pack or that whatever don't work,
it's gonna be a robot that will
roboting.
Yes, that's where we're heading, and
I'm not saying you're wrong,
and that's the sad part,
but
right?
I feel like it may take a little bit
because they literally are trying to push human interaction away.
Yeah.
And that's like, like I get it. I want to be the George Jefferson and be flying in the air, but I still need the human connection.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think at 100% that AI is going to take over. I just think it's going to be incorporated like computers. But y'all, it's that time. And we got to get up out of here. Right. We just want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Rise and Grind Morning Show as always. Y'all, the sun is shining. Okay, y'all figure out if you're chosen, what you are. That's why you're shining. Here. You are always qualified. Just stop looking at the person next to you and don't look to the person to the right. Don't look to the person to the left. Just look at the person in the mirror and keep going straight. I don't know how to make it up.
That's good. That's good.
I like it. I like it.
Just keep going straight. Keep moving forward.
That's right.
Again, life moves forward, but it's understood backwards. So you might not know right then and there, but you will figure it out. Just keep moving forward. The sun is shining. The Pistons play. We wishing them all the best of luck today so they can win. Bring
the Pistons
home.
play today?
They play today in Cleveland.
Because they are definitely qualified.
Do Mason still do the Detroit basketball?
I'm not sure, but shout out to Mason. Shout out to Mason.
Yes, he does. But they in Cleveland tonight.
Okay.
Tip off at 8:10.
Okay, I'm gonna try to tap in.
I'm
gonna lock in.
No, I'm gonna try to tap in.
Okay. Y'all be safe.
I will not try. I'm going to tap in.
Okay, y'all be safe out there in the street, and we gonna bring it back again tomorrow on the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Y'all.
And if all three girls watching, we will be talking basketball.
Okay, balling.
Brittany subject.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Morning show at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday. Great conversation, guest appearances.